Good evening. My name is Donald Cook, and I am preparing this screencast-o-matic for the negotiations. Me sharing, or myself sharing, and Antonio on a car, a futuristic car. Um, Here we started out as me being the purchaser or the buyer, and pretty much an introduction on what I was looking for in the market. Um, Something that was kind of imaginary and out of this world, but however, was looking for a futuristic vehicle in the market. Um, the vehicle that I was looking to purchase had to meet a certain criteria and had to come equipped with everything that I desired per se. And I had a budget of $200,000 to $250,000 on the car. Um, Funny, I wanted a brand compatible engine start car, um, a self washing car, and a car that had autopilot mode on it. So you can kind of tell it's very futuristic or very fairy tale like. But to start out with the negotiation process, um, starting out with Antonio at R&R Motors, they started out with an introductory letter um, saying that they were very pleased that I was considering, a new car, a futuristic car, that they had something in my price range, had something feasible that I could work with. Gave me some details here. 2020 with all the bells and whistles. Not only does it have the features you want, it also has leather sunroof, an appearance package, and upgraded supercharged motor. It was a little bit more than my budget at 260, and plus an extra 10K, making it about 270. So kind of got a little weary about that one. And then he had another one, had several options. One that didn't have the brain capability to start, and that was for 210, so a lot less than what I was looking to spend. That started out the negotiation process, and I pretty much responded stating that I was intrigued in some things, and following up with that, Montgomery Motors provided me with a layout, congratulating me on a decision to purchase a new car. Was very excited and elated to have me in their lot to purchase. They had two options here: the Moyota ICU2, which included the telepathic engine start, and it was a nice looking car there. And there was a second option, the Moyota Marty McFly Mach 2, which also had a lot of the features that I wanted. Had the autopilot, had the self-fueling gauge, and things of that nature. So both providers had everything that I pretty much wanted. So here, my approach to buying in the market, of course, I knew what I wanted: a futuristic model car. And pretty much this tells step by step how I came to decision. It says buyer reflects and provides details to give to dealership, and began to search from there. And then pretty much the process, the buyer reviews the available options from the dealers, and then from there compare and contrast prices and features. And also buyer makes an offer to the dealer in which I provided a follow-up letter thanking him for assisting me, Mr. Antonio, and the vehicle had everything that I wanted. and that I needed. And I wasn't very intrigued about the price, so I wanted to negotiate a deal that we meet in the middle with that 10K. We bring it to a 5,000 upcharge instead of a 10,000, making it 265. And I wanted to see if that was feasible. And in his response, he responded that we were unable to meet in that middle, but he didn't have a extra vehicle that came equipped with everything I wanted plus more for 270,000. So had everything I wanted plus more for about 20,000 more. And so then also in response was Montgomery Motors. They had everything that I wanted. Some nice pictures there. And the staff there, the friendly, helpful people, helped me come to a decision. Their prices were looking at about 230,000 as well as 260. So a little bit above and a little bit under, which automatically was intriguing since it had everything that I wanted and in the price range. So initially, the buyer's thinking this possibly is going to be a good deal or a better deal per se. So we go back. The next process or next step in the equation was to send counter offers. Pretty much the buyer resets and refocus on what's more important in the car, the features, the price, or whatever it may be. And from that standpoint, the buyer adjusts and rebudgets and has a new price point. And the buyer also wants to seek any type of discount, rebate, anything that can give the buyer some leeway as far as purchasing the car. And with that, Montgomery Motors provided, one second, we had a deal for 210,000. I'm sorry. Where's that? Okay. Okay. One of our threads here had negotiations where we decided on a discount rebate. Okay, we had a lot of back and forth during the negotiation process as far as price point and what features all came available. And overall, with Mr. Antonio's deal, him not being able to come down to that 5,000 mark to meet me in the middle, to basically be stern and affirmative on the extra, I had the 270,000 with everything that I wanted plus extra, or I had an option here where Montgomery Motors provided the price, a discounted price. Here we are. So I got a discount at a price point that I originally wanted. The Toyota Marty McFly Mach 2, aka the 4M2 model. I was going to retire it after the 2020 model, so I'll have the latest and greatest model. And actually, they took 10,000 off this model, an extra 10,000. So I end up with a win-win deal with Montgomery Motors on the 2020 4M2 at $255,555, which was only $5,000 above my price point, and it provided exactly everything that I needed versus going over my price point and have something that's over and beyond what I wanted. So that was pretty much the negotiation process between the two. And also the buyer's conclusion, which I just stated. The buyer chose the vehicle that had the closest match in features and the items that were wanted. The buyer used the process of elimination based on very different factors, which were the cheaper price, the most relevant and available features, and the discount and rebate option, which Montgomery Motors was the winner, the chosen dealer. And from there, the negotiation process, I learned a little bit just about negotiating, about, underbidding, overbidding, meeting in the middle, looking for discount rates, anything that can work out in the buyer's standpoint, and received a congratulation letter from Montgomery Motors that they look forward to closing the deal on this purchase. And we did close the deal and everything went great. So that's pretty much how we handle negotiations in our group. Basically just, process of elimination, going with what wasn't wanted and needed versus what was overly wanted or needed. I guess more or extra for more and extra money. So we didn't want to go above that. And that is my portion of the project for the Screen-O-Matic. Thank you.